Hey everyone, this is your girl Sharifa, aka Shree, and welcome to the I'm Good podcast, or in better words, the I Feel Good podcast. If you are new here, welcome to the family. This is a podcast where I explore topics on mental health, physical health, nutrition, and everything in between. So if you're trying to get right and stay right mentally, this is definitely the place you want to be. And wait, before I begin, here's some quick info. Why did I name this podcast I'm Good? Simple. Because as people, from a cultural standpoint, whether we are down or happy, our favorite response to friends, families, or strangers is I'm good, even if we're not. It's completely normal not to feel happy all the time, but in the midst of whatever you go through, the saying I'm good can elaborate to so many different meanings. So yes, this is the place to be, whether you are down, happy, excited, and everything in between. I'm here to dish out knowledge, talk about current topics, and of course, lift you up. So feel free to go ahead and subscribe, share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend. Now let's go ahead and get started on today's show. Hey guys, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. And let me explain to you really quick. First of all, for starters, it's free. Yes, I said it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And I know most of you guys have a phone or computer, so it's so easy. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to the I'm Good podcast. If you are new here, what's good? What's poppin'? Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on today's episode. And for my returning listeners, my I'm Good fam, what's good? What's poppin'? I hope all of you had a beautiful, beautiful week. Yes, y'all, I'm just so, once again, thankful to have you guys here rocking with me, listening to these podcast episodes and just being a part of the I'm Good fam. So if you are a new listener, listen, come ahead, tongue-tied, but come along and join the I'm Good fam. So listen, the best family in the podcast world. So, but also too, I want to also but I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a awesome Thanksgiving. And if it wasn't that awesome, hopefully this podcast episode will help cheer you up, or any episode that you listen to. Hopefully it helps cheer you up. Hopefully I'm here to help make your day a lot better. So thank you to everyone. Like I said, I'd like to express gratitude. Thank you to everyone who has tuned into this podcast, who have shared it, and who has been just rocking with it. So thank you to everyone for that. Also, too, this podcast is sponsored by www.allthingsshree.com. So make sure you use promo code I'm Good Fam to get 10% off your entire order. Today is Black Friday, so I am running a sale. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. So go to www.allthingsshree.com to check out the Black Friday sale. But if you're listening to this after Black Friday, that's fine. You can still use my promo code after the fact. The promo code is I'm Good Fam to get 10% off your entire order. As always, if you are listening to this on an Apple podcast or just any type of Apple device, make sure you guys go ahead and leave a rating and review. It helps this podcast to grow even more, and just also helps shed light to the podcast, and it also helps other people in any area of their life. Like with this podcast, is overall, I would say, self-development, self-care, mindset. So this will just help, the podcast to grow even more. If you have not checked out the midweek roll call, make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. If you're not sure what the midweek roll call is, I'm not going to spoil it. I know sometimes on the podcast episodes, I say what the midweek roll call is, but I'm going to let my new listeners go ahead and check that out. For my I'm Good fam, I know you guys already know what the midweek roll call is, but for my new listeners, I'm going to let you go ahead and check that out. So make sure you go ahead and check out our midweek roll call. Those episodes are released every single Wednesday. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And also too, if you have not done so, make sure you go ahead and share this podcast if you feel that it has helped you in any type of way. Feel free to share it on your social media accounts, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. Feel free to share it. And also, too, make sure you share with your family, your friends, your boo, your bae, okay, whoever it may be. Make sure you go ahead and share this podcast to help someone else who may, benefit from this information. So, but yes, as I did state before, I hope all of you had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. I am, like I said, running a Black Friday sale on my website. Actually, I have two websites. I know I don't really mention it much on here, but it's www.allthingsshree.com as well as bossbeautyboulevard.com. So www.bossbeautyboulevard.com. You can check out those Black Friday sales. All right, y'all. So I wanted to talk about, because it is a day after Thanksgiving, I wanted to talk about ways to give back and express gratitude. Like, what are some things that you can do to give back and just express gratitude and just show that you're thankful. So I know I've talked about a lot of different things, even like the previous podcast episode from last week, we did discuss a few things to do, but I want to talk about just some things that you can do, to help others and just, to express your gratitude. So the first one on my list is as simple as this one sounds, as simple as it sounds. One thing that you can do to give back just to this world is just to be nice to people. I know that sounds so simple, but it's the truth. Just being nice to people is a way to express gratitude. Like I said, a lot of people, something's like even though it's like cliche terms or where they say consistency is key, things like that, whatever it may be. And it's like, whatever, that sounds so, simple. It really is the simple things in life that makes life easier. Like, it really is the simple things. I think a lot of times people like, what? That's it? Just do this and be consistent. That's all it takes. But like, really, yes. So one thing that you can do is just be nice to people. One thing I will say, you never know what someone's dealing with. And if you think about it this way, people don't know what you're dealing with. When I tell you this, we're all dealing with someone, but it's up to us and our mindset of how we deal with it. But listen, we are all dealing with something. Like they say in church, you are either going through a storm. No, you are about to go through a storm. You're in a storm, or you're coming out of a storm. So remember that. So once again, there are people, but I should say all, but most people are either about to go in a storm, or in a storm, or coming out of the storm. So that's just to tell you, that's not to scare you or anything like that, but it's just to tell you that when you be nice to people, you really don't know what that can do for a person. Like, I've had people who have been nice to me, and I'm like, oh my God, like, thank you. Like, simple as, I remember one time I was in Target and I dropped something. I think I dropped my keys, and this lady just picked them up for me, and I just was so thankful. And I mean, I didn't get to know her name, or we didn't chat or anything, but just those kind gestures. And also too, I believe in karma, good karma. So what goes around comes around. And honestly too, that also goes for when you do people wrong, same thing too applies. But, I believe in good karma. What goes around comes back around. Will the goodness come back around that second? Maybe not. It can appear in 10 years, whatever it may be. I will say, one, don't look for it. That's not the way, things work. You don't look for it like, oh, I was nice to her, so hopefully today I'll find $1 million on the ground. No, I'm not saying look for it. The things in life really the best things in life are things that we don't look for. So, I will say that's number one, a way to like basically give back and express gratitude is to be nice to people. And whatever nice means, it could be opening a door for someone, helping someone like find something in a grocery store. So if you see like an elderly person, it looks like they may need help them, whatever it may be. And I'm telling you, like I said, we all have positive traits in us. It will make your heart smile. Like me, literally just thinking about ways that I could be nice to people is just making my heart smile. Like, I feel so good. Like, it feels so, so good. I know for me, like when I can do something for somebody, Like, and sometimes I feel like I'm too much of a giver, but you have to be careful. Like when I say like sometimes giving, because sometimes you'll give, and people will take. I'm talking more about just being nice. Just, if you go out, helping someone, it looks like someone's struggling, help with them, or just being kind, smile at someone, say hello. I know where I live, I'm gonna be honest with you. It could be a New York thing, but I feel like where I live, there are nice people here, but I will say, like, if you say hello to people, sometimes people are like, okay, that's weird. Not so much weird, but I will just say maybe I don't know. It could be just the environment. I personally find that people in the South are more likely to be like, to say hello, how you doing? Or just be more warm. Not to say people up north are not warm. I'm not saying that at all. But that's something that I did experience. Because I remember one time I went on vacation and I went down south. And I was down south. And everybody out there was so warm and just so nice. And then as I travel up north, it was like the attitude changed. So I'm like, So I will say, definitely living up north is one of those things where it's like, sometimes if you're like nice to people look at you like, okay, what's wrong with you? Like, what happened today? But just because of that, if you are living up north, okay, like me, listen, that's another reason just to be nice to people so that you can stand out and so that you can make that person feel better. Number 2, another thing that you can do is you can donate your clothing. If there's something that if there's something that that you no longer need, so it could be donate clothing, it could be donating items, whatever it could be, give it away. Maybe there's a friend in need. Maybe there's a family member in need, or whatever it may be. You can always take it to like a I can't think what's the word. I'm sorry, I keep knocking these pens over. But there's a word. But donate it. A place that takes donations, whatever. So you can give away clothing. You can give away anything that you don't need. And it goes back to our previous podcast episode where I talked about living with purpose. So if you got something or have something and you feel that it no longer serves purpose, then maybe it's time for you to give it to someone else who is living in a season where whatever you have requires So if there's something that you have that no longer requires purpose, maybe giving it back to someone or giving it away to someone, it can help them for whatever season they are in. And it may be purposeful for them in that season. You don't know. We all go through different seasons. So in one season, I'm like, okay, you know what? I needed this, but now I'm out of that season. I don't need it. Think about a baby, a newborn baby. A newborn baby needs a bottle. A newborn baby may take a pacifier. A newborn baby is like in a stroller. A baby, I shouldn't even say newborn, but a baby. You don't use a bottle when you're 20 years old. You don't need a pacifier. You're in a different season of life. So a lot of people sometimes just give away like baby clothes and things like that to someone else who may have a child that is a baby. So that just means you're giving away things to other people who may need it in that season or whatever season they are in. So so donating and giving away clothing or items is a really, really great way to give back as well as express gratitude. Number 3, you can always give back to a charity. If there's something that, that is strong in your heart and a charity that you really love or something that you really stand for, and you're not sure like what charities are offered, you can always Google like different charities. It could be anything. If there's something that you really want to stand up for, Google it. Find out what charities are in your area or local or non-local and find a way to give back. So that's another really, really great way, to give back. And then also, too, I know some people as well. I mean, now, granted, some people be putting some crazy stuff, but even like some people have like GoFundMes. Now, like I said, there are some like, I will say some people be doing some GoFundMes and I'll be like, okay, now, all right. But, if you read like a description and it looks like something that, you feel that you're connected to, donate to someone's GoFundMe, whatever it may be. You really don't know how you can be a blessing to someone. Or maybe if you have like Cash App or something like that, you can just randomly, like maybe there's someone who has done something good in your life, or you just feel like you want to cheer someone up. Listen, randomly send that person $1. I don't care if it's 50 cents. Anything goes a long way. Just randomly send someone $1. Cash app them $1. That's somebody that you know, whatever, or don't know, but I would say cash app out. I would say somebody that you know, and just send it to them and just put like a note and just say thank you for being who you are, or whatever message that you want to put. So that's another way, that you certainly can give back and express gratitude. Number 4, pay it forward. Now, this is something I have yet to do, and I feel like it has happened to me once, but this is something that I have yet to do, was pay it forward. So one of the things basically with pay it forward, if you're not familiar with it, is, say for instance, you go to, let's say for instance, you go to Starbucks drive-through, right? You go to Starbucks drive-through, you pay for your meal or whatever it is, it's $5, your drink, and then you'll say to the person that's working there, well, how much is that person behind me, that's in the car behind me? How much is their meal? And they'll say $10. And basically what you do is you'll pay for that person's meal. So then when that person comes up to the Starbucks window, they'll say, oh, your order is taken care of. I think that is so awesome. And it's a great way, to just, give back, especially during this time of the holidays, the season, this time of the year. So if you're looking for something, a way to give back to someone, I would say definitely pay it forward is a great way, especially because a lot of us are, unfortunately, this is a time where a lot of people, and I've caught myself doing this, where you just spend the last dime trying to buy gifts and just trying to do this and that. And, this is a time where a lot of people are stressed, or it's also a difficult time for some people who may have lost someone, whatever it may be. This is a season where, people really do need that extra love. We all need that extra love, regardless. It doesn't matter if it's the holidays or not, but this time of the year could definitely be hard for a lot of people for any reason. So I would say, paying it forward is definitely a great way to give back, because the beauty of it as well is that they don't see your face or anything like that. But it's just knowing that you did it. So, and I got to put that down. I'm gonna actually put that on a sticky note when I'm done, to make sure that I do pay it forward, this season. Cause I think, like I said, I think it's beautiful. Now me, I haven't really been in a drive-through. I really don't go through a drive-through, but, I definitely going to have to put that on my list to pay for. I never did it. I've never done it. I feel like someone has done it for me once. I can't remember, but I know people who have done it, and I also know people who have been like on the receiving end of it, and it's just beautiful. So number 5, I would say help someone in need. So it kind of goes back to everything that I did say before. So number 5 is help someone in need. If you know that there's someone that needs something, help them. A lot of times, a lot of people, I will be honest, they don't necessarily say, hey, I need help. Some people do, but some people are just, well, I shouldn't say a cry for help, but some people just constantly say, I need help, but they're not willing to do nothing for themselves. That's different. But if you know someone genuinely needs help, whatever it may be, help someone in need. And honestly, too, helping someone in need can also be something as simple as maybe sharing like a positive quote, sharing a video, sharing this podcast, whatever it may be. Sometimes helping someone in need doesn't always mean that you physically have to be present, but just, sending them or texting them some encouraging words could be a great way to help someone in need. So like I said, you got to kind of think outside the box. I think a lot of times we think like, okay, giving back or expressing gratitude has to be this. But no, it could be fun. It could be simple. Like I said, it's really in life, it's really the simple things. It doesn't take a lot. I think a lot of times we think that it takes all of this big stuff, but it really isn't. And if you think about it, they always say, like, even gifts come in the smallest package. If you ever think about it, like when you get a gift, I feel like the things that are the smallest, whether it be like an engagement ring, it comes in like in a small box, whether it be a set of new car keys, house keys, it's always like the things that are really important come in the smallest form. Think about a newborn baby. Like a newborn baby, when it's born, a baby isn't born as like 7 feet tall. No, the baby is small. So I just feel like, some of the best things in life are the most simplest things. Think about, a plant. A plant is formed from a seed. Look at the size of a seed. Like they say, the size of a mustard seed. Look at the size of a seed and look what it grows to be. So it really is the simple things that we need to do that will, in the long run, grow into something big and beautiful. So Paying it forward, giving back, being nice to people. It may not look like nothing now, but give it a month, give it 2 months, give it a year, give it 10 years, and just look at how beautiful your life will be and just how things around you will just be in bliss. Honestly, I'm going to use that word bliss. You don't hear that word a lot, but we'll be in bliss. So remember that it really is a simple things. Don't think too hard like me. I be thinking too hard, but try not to think too hard when it comes to certain things like giving back and just overall just doing anything, giving gifts. Sometimes really the best things are the smallest and most simplest things. Number 6, you can always, another way to give back is to help someone with their business. So basically you can help support a business. So if there's a business that you like, it could be a local business, non-local business. Maybe it's someone that you really admire. You can always go back and support their business. Maybe it's something that you really don't really like that they sell, but you want to support them. Maybe you can always send them money. Maybe you can buy the item and then give it to someone else, whatever it may be. But another way, to give back is to help support someone's business. And the last one that I want to say, the last tip that I want to give to you today, another way to give back and express gratitude is to give thanks to your body. Okay? Give thanks to your body. What do I mean by that? Giving thanks to your body is making yourself feel good. Feeding it food that is helpful to your body. The funny thing I thought about a couple of days ago is I feel like a lot of us we don't even really think about our body. We think about our body when it goes wrong or things are off. But a lot of times we don't think about, feeding ourselves healthy food and exercising or just doing things for our body, making sure that we drink water. We only focus on that when it goes wrong. So one thing that I want to say is you give thanks to your body. Be thankful for your body right now. If you're breathing right now, you have a reason to give thanks. So give thanks to your body, whatever you're going through. Like I said, I know it can be difficult. I don't know what you're dealing with, but just give thanks to your body. Do what you can do. Something else I like to tell myself is to control what you can control. Yes, there are some things that you can't control in life, but whatever it is that you can control, try your best to control it. So, all right, y'all. So this week's quote of the week is, be grateful for life. Not everyone made it this far. Yes, I know, guys, that was a deep one, but I was like, that one just made me think. But I'm going to say that quote again. Be grateful for life. Not everyone made it this far. All right, I'm good, fam. We are now at the end of this week's show, and I hope this information was helpful, insightful, and everything in between. Do not forget to go ahead and subscribe to the I'm Good podcast. Share this podcast, leave a review, and tell a friend, okay? Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell your bestie, tell your boo, tell your bae, tell your hubby, tell your wife, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, okay? Tell someone, tell your coworker, tell your manager, tell your supervisor. Tell them all, okay? And thank you guys once again so much for tuning in and listening. And I will see all of you beautiful people next week. Bye-bye.